Apparently my hair is horrible. I don't think it's that bad. It wasn't cut that long ago. No one wants to talk about anything today, most because I feel like I'm being chewed out by people for not doing enough. Yeah, it's kind of sticking up there. I don't know. It's bedhead or something. I gotta wet it and then put a hat on. It might be better. What else can I do? I don't have the cover of Time magazine. I've got an Instagram channel and a YouTube channel. What can I do to help the environment? There's nothing else I can tell you other than giving you a complete silence on the issue. Because if I open my mouth and I explain anything about what I'm all about, um, it's never going to be a complete talk when I go to silence, but it's most likely going to tell you more than if I were to talk for 2 hours about what I'm all about. Did you get my meaning? Are you okay? If you are using the scale of human consciousness and you are somewhat low on the scale of human consciousness, let's say you are calibrating under 400 on the scale of human consciousness, you are going to believe that in order to make changes, planetary changes, you're going to have to be very organized. You're going to have to use the United Nations and big governments primarily in order to make changes. because you believe that the world that we live in is physical, and the best way to deal with physical problems is to get a lot of people involved, because you have got a huge physical planet, and in order to get anything done, you have to have a lot of physical people. The planet is not physical. If you think I'm lying to you, then you most likely calibrate definitely under 400 on the scale of human consciousness, possibly even lower, if you think the world is physical. Do you? It ain't physical. I've made so many talks about this. This existence that we have here, we are living in consciousness. Everything you see is consciousness. Consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. And if you call it physical, then you are locked into the trap that everything has to be done using physical forces. We do not live in a physical world. If you want to get things done in consciousness, you don't need a lot of people. You need a lot of consciousness. Putting a lot of people together who calibrate under 400 on the scale of human consciousness, you're not going to get anything done because there's no consciousness there. It is incredibly stupid, stupid, stupid. If you want to get something done in consciousness, you have to raise your own consciousness if you want to do it. You don't want to do it? What's the matter? You want me to do it? You want me to raise my consciousness and then do what you want? Sorry, no. No, it ain't going to work that way. I am not going to raise my consciousness and then have you all come to me and say, oh, you're highly conscious. Why don't you do things in consciousness for me? No, no. Because you can do your own homework and you can raise your own consciousness and you can damn well do it yourself. What am I doing for the environment? Last time my consciousness was calibrated, it was at 540. And most of the things that I do, if you don't calibrate, in the 400s, you're not going to even understand what I'm doing because you're dumb. How do you know where you calibrate on the scale of human consciousness? You have to get somebody who knows how to muscle test. And then you can muscle test to figure out where my consciousness is and where yours is. What am I doing with my consciousness? I quieten down my mind, and then higher consciousness does what it wants to do. In other words, I witness what goes on here. A lot of the stuff I talk about is mostly marketing gimmicks, hooks, just like most of other people. They bullshit and baffle gab, and that's mostly what I do on here. What do I want to see happen? I want to see a lot more conscious people. How am I going to see more conscious people? Primarily, I think it's the school of hard knocks. In other words, people get sick of the same results over and over again using the tools they have. And when they finally figure out that you can't do what you want to do using the methods you've been using, you're going to start looking to find another way. And probably after 500 years of looking for another way, you might stumble across the idea that I've just told you about raising your own consciousness. I don't expect by watching this video you're going to do anything at all.